Our ship modeler is specialized in fine handcrafted ship models and custom builds. You can find us on Facebook at Handcrafted Wooden Historic Ship Models.
Hello, and thank you for stopping by to my second update from my build of the San Juan from Artisina Latina. First of all, I'm sorry that it took almost 3 weeks to post my next video. The reason was after I finished my my last video, the first update of the San Juan, my microphone broke down, and I was downtown to buy a new one, but believe it or not, I did not find anywhere one of these small clip-on microphones would give me the freedom to use both of my hands, one to pick my nose and the other one to point on something. So there was no other choice. I have to order it online, and finally yesterday in the afternoon the microphone arrived, and now I can continue post my videos and to make my videos. When I found out that my microphone was broken, I also shifted back the speed of my build from fast forward to economic drive. So basically I did not make something else except to plank the hull and sanded it around maybe 80%. Now it's finished. I said in my last video that I'm afraid to plank the hull because of the unsymmetric shape of from some of my or some of the frames, and the problem was much smaller than I expected. There was 3 or 4 frames. I have to put some wood on certain curves so that I got the symmetric shape, but it was easier to solve than I thought in the beginning. Okay, that's what I said. And there's another thing. I'm sorry for what I said in this first update, because sometimes my mouth is faster than my eyes. That there's nothing written, what is true, in the instruction about the measurements from the cannon loopholes, the second and the third row. The first row is already in the plywood. You see it in the back. There is the plan number 1, that's the lower part. In the upper part there's a half cut of the ship model, and the half cut is a scale of 1 to 1, so it's the original size, not this lower part, because it's a drawing and it's not the original scale. The upper part is the original size. And if you look close enough, what I didn't, you'll find also the cannon loopholes of the second and the third row, and you can take these measurements to transfer it on your hull. Basically it's always a gap from the upper and the lower, from the lower side to the upper side from the next row is 14 millimeters. 40 millimeters because of between these rows comes the third layer of the hull planking. According to the parts list, the third layer is made of 0.6 by 7 millimeter walnut strips. That's not true. I saw it already from other videos and modelists who post their video in on YouTube. The color of this 0.6 by 7 millimeter strips does not fit to the hull, the walnut hull planking, because this wood is reddish, so more on red. and it's definitely a different kind of wood, because also the grain does not fit to the walnut, whatever. So I have to find a solution to find a solution for this, and I make an experiment. This morning I brewed coffee, ordinary brewed coffee, and I filled it up in a hose, in a plastic hose or tube or whatever you use, what is long enough to contain the wood strips without breaking it or whatever. And I let now soak one of these wood strips for 1 day in this coffee brewed. And tomorrow I will check if the color fits better to the rest of the hull planking, instead this red and this brown and whatever. It does not really look nice. That looks that your hull is made of three colors, and that's something over. I do not like it. So I want to bring it closer to the rest of the walnut steps. If it works, I really don't know. Let me check tomorrow, and in the next update you will be informed what's the result of this experiment. I know that there are a lot of wood stains I could use to bring the color closer to the other strips, but if you checked already my other videos, and then you know already that I'm not a fan of using bright colors, shiny or glossy or semi-gloss colors or whatever, and if I stain it, I'm afraid that I got a shiny look on these strips. So first I try to use some natural sources to discolor the strips. Okay. What I also want to say about the wood stain, there's another reason why I do not like it to stain. After I'm sanding my wood parts, so whatever it is, if it's the deck or the hull or ever wooden parts, I see it from other modelists using a paintbrush to get out the dust and maybe some compressed air to clean it up. For me personal, after then they varnish it or prepare in taking other chemicals to prepare the wood, to preserve also the wood. It has mostly, not always, mostly the impression or expression of a piece of furnish, because with a paintbrush, even a hard bristle brush, and also the compressed air, you will not really get all of the sawdust out of your wood grain, and especially it's very difficult to get it out between certain parts, in this case the planks of the hull or the deck. So what I'm doing is, after I sand down the wood part, put it in the form and the shape and in the get the surface I want, I put my carbon steel wire brush into my Dremel, and basically with this wire brush I brush my complete wood parts, in this case now the hull planking. This will make sure that you remove all the remaining sawdust, what's left from sanding or whatever, and it also makes sure that that you can remove all the wood glue or glues in and between the in this case planks or wood parts. So this will give for me the impression of a realistic looking wood, because it opens the pores, and also you get back the grain of the wood. Because ships like this, especially these historic ships, I'm not talking about the modern ships with steel hull, and so you have a smooth and clean surface because it's made of steel, not of wood. That's something different. But in this case, and in the time they built this type of boats, it's sure that the surface is not even and not clean, and especially not glossy and shiny and whatever. So there are marks and uneven, and you have to see that it's still made of wood and not there's a polished piece of wood. So give the model an impression of single planks, and okay, that's what I'm trying to do. A long speech but no content. Okay, I'm trying. I always try to especially when it comes to these wooden ships, ship models, to make it so realistic as possible. And I really don't know if I put some pictures of the deck. I believe I did. Whatever, if the model is finished, I make so many pictures that you can judge or what is good for your model, or even if you like this model, whatever. Okay, that's what I did basically the last 2 weeks. Because of my broken down microphone, I could not continue work and also post my videos. Now I can shift back to normal drive and fast forward. So the next thing what I'm surely will do is to transfer the measurements from plan 1 onto the hull and cut open all the cannon loopholes. The reason is the instruction said first to put on the second and the third layer of the hull planking. I will not do it. First I will cut open the loopholes. Excuse me. Because the reason is why, if in case I slide with my knife or my drill or whatever, I'm not really sure what is really a method to cut open these square holes. There are many videos also about this in the internet, and I will check what's useful and how to get it done fast and nice and even. Okay, so if I slide with my drill or my knife or whatever, so I still can cover it up with the second and the third layer of planking. That's the reason why first I'm cutting the holes and then I continue plank the hull and also install the bow section or stem and also the keel. That's one of the last things. And okay, so far so good. Again, that's what I always say. Loopholes, stem and keel, that's what I will do next. And basically that's it again for this video. Maybe there is one thing. I hope that you enjoy my videos I'm doing, and try to make it, to post it every week. And if you check my channel, you'll see that I'm also doing between the updates from especially this build. I make some tips and tricks videos. Sometimes my head is full of how to solve some problems on the model, and what's the content of the next video, and so on and so on. It will really help if you put in the comment box what you like me to put into my tips and tricks videos, because it helps me to post another video. That would be really helpful. Okay, so far so good. Again, have a nice day and enjoy your hobby.
Thank you very much for watching this video. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel. That way you get immediate update for our new videos that we are going to post every week.